My people, my people, my people, we are live. We are back again for another stream. I know we've been at it this World Cup season. Tonight, well, this afternoon, Ivory Coast, Norway, big game. These two teams were probably considered before the start of the tournament as dark horses. So it's interesting that they both made it. Um, I think they're both. I think it's fair to say that both teams would be evenly matched. The lineup, I actually don't know what the lineup is, so I'm going to go on and look at the lineup now. I'm gonna put the lineup on the screen and just have a look and see who's starting for either side. But this should be a good game, people. We should have a good game on our hands. I can tell you that for free. We should have a good game on our hands. Um, looking at how the games went yesterday, this is definitely is a positive sign anyways ahead of the tournament. And to be honest, for some people, most of the times, like they feel like the World Cup starts as soon as usually starts when the knockouts are on. So you can just see the level of intensity of expectation of standard has just increased, has just gone up a notch now that it's knockout stages because teams, players, managers, fans realize that it's do or die. You lose and you're out. It's what you call it. It's a sudden death kind of basis. There's no room to be trying to be safe. There's no room to be trying to try and be too smart basically. So let me get the lineup there for both teams. So well, according to FOTMob, big up FOTMob. Looks like Ivory Coast have gone with a 4-3-3. Um, this is a similar team that they have been playing at, like these last couple of games. Obviously Bonnie's starting, so that means Ahmad has been dropped. Which is an interesting one. I'm surprised as to why Ahmad has been dropped, but then again, when I think about it, Norway are a very physical team, a team with big players with big men. So maybe he's opted for Bonnie in that regard, just to have a focal point, a physical presence, to hold onto the ball, to bring the players into play, rather than trying to go on a false nine thing, with Pepe, something like that. So maybe that's my logic, anyways. Midfield is a powerful midfield, absolute power, just power in that midfield. Um, the back four, okay. I thought what's his name? I thought Diomande would have been starting, but he's gone for Kosunu and Agbadu. Is Diomande even on the bench? Maybe he's injured, hence why he's not starting. No, yeah, he's on the bench. Okay, and single. Okay, single's okay. Single got injured in the game against Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Aliawahi, okay. Oh, Norway, which is close there to getting a shot on target. Norway, I think Norway have gone for the same team as well that they started the tournament with. It seems to be working. This like Sorlot out wide, and then Haaland in the nine. Nusa's a top player, top player. To be honest, Oscar Bob probably would have been starting if he hadn't got injured the time he got injured, because um, prior to his injury he was in good form. You know, he was cooking, but then that injury, when you get those types of injuries that he got, it takes something out of you, you know, um, which it did, So he's just been playing catch up ever since he's recovered from injury. But as you can see, guys, with the names, like their midfield is just stacked. Very good midfield. I was gonna say Berg plays for Bodo Glimt, very good player as well. Ayer from Brentford. Okay, Rare is okay. I thought Rearson would have been starting. Is Rearson on the bench? Okay, Rierson's on the bench. Okay. Well, both teams have put out good lineups. To be honest with you, people, I can't lie. I would expect the game to end in normal time, honestly. But in what favor? In whose favor? I don't know. But you know what? I think you know I was gonna say I want to put my money on Ivory Coast, but seeing how well Norway have been in this tournament, how well they looked against Senegal, it's hard to go against them as well because, in my opinion, Senegal are better than what you call it, are better than Ivory Coast, and Norway made Senegal look poor to say the least. But you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my heart. I'll go for Ivory Coast. I'm trying to see as many African teams go through as possible. Big up Morocco yesterday. Um, well, I get early this morning for going through tough test against Netherlands, but fully deserve to go through. They were the better team from start to finish. The Dutch will go out, go back to Holland knowing that they do deserve to go through. Obviously, South Africa got knocked out by Canada, conceded in the last minute, which was pretty unfortunate, but it's okay. Egypt, I don't know when Egypt are playing. I don't know if they're playing tomorrow or 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 Thursday, but we are playing tomorrow in DR Congo against England. Big game, people. Like, doesn't get bigger than that, anyways. Doesn't get bigger than that. The Congolese community in the UK, let alone England, is just crazy. So it's a big game, people. It's a big game. I think the Congolese are probably the second most populated African African group in England. So that's what I mean. That it's a big game. It's an absolute massive game. But look, you don't get to the knockout stages by luck. We are there for a reason. We're there because we deserve to be. We were the best third place team in the whole tournament. So let's have it, people. Let's have it. As you've seen from the results, the game's not played on paper. The game is not played on paper. Paraguay knocked Germany out. Morocco knocked the Netherlands out. The game's not played on paper. So as long as you're in the knockout stages, you've got a fighter's chance of winning a game. You've got a fighter's chance of going through. So we will just have to wait and see on how the game goes tomorrow. And I'm glad it's at a good time. 5 o'clock kick, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock kickoff. I can't remember the exact time, but let's have it, guys. Let's have it. Can't wait. I can't wait, my guys and girls. Um, 6 minutes into the game, and it looks like Ivory Coast have been the more dominant of the two teams, which is what I want to see. Um, but then again, being dominant on the ball is all good and nice, but if you're not showing for it, then it's no good. So, which is where I feel like I want to see better from our teams, the African nations. Like, you can have the ball, but do something with the ball. Be impactful. Be effective with it. You know, um, because at the end of the day, all you remember are the winners. You don't remember who had the more possession. You don't remember who had the more shots. It's about who won the tournament, who won the game. So we have to be clinical. We have to be ruthless, basically. Pepe on the ball now. Ivory Coast are looking decent. They're not looking bad. They've started hot. I like it. I like it. Wow. Corner for Ivory Coast now. Ball just cross just went over everyone's head. Nothing made of that at all. Ivory Coast have been Cote d'Ivoire have been very good in this tournament so far. Albeit they lost to Germany, I was disappointed in the way they lost to Germany, but they have had a good tournament. You know, they have had a very good tournament. They didn't have a good first half against Ecuador, but like I said, it's about who wins the game at the end of the day, which they went on to do. They won the game. They got the 3 points. That's all everyone cares about. That's all people remember. They don't. No one remembers that Ecuador were the better team um, for large parts of probably the first 60 minutes of that game. All that people remember is that Ivory Coast won. The game against Germany, they were the better team. They looked way better in Germany. They got the goal deservingly, but I don't know if it was just a lack of concentration or fatigue, and they just allowed the game to just slip. They just allowed the game to just slip through their hands. And when you're playing against these big nations, nations with top players who will punish you. If you give them something, if you give them a chance, they will punish you. You know, if they had given those chances to an Ecuador, which they did, Ecuador didn't punish, and they went on Ivory Coast went to win. But again, when you do it with Germany, you get punished for it, and they got punished for it. And I feel like that it probably was a blessing in disguise because it just woke them up a bit and kind of made them realize that we need to fucking lock in. Yes, we're good. We've got good players, but we need to be focused, be locked in at all times, and not think the game is won before it's won. And then against Corsair, I mean, they done what they needed to do. They just had to win, which is what they did. So Pepe's looking lively so far. He's looking lively so far in this half. Looking really hot. Getting touches, regular touches on the ball. Hey, Odion Kusono, yeah, with the number 7 as a center back, you just know that the guy is tapped in the head. You just know that the guy is wired differently, bro. Seeing a center back with the number 10 shirt on, or number 7, sorry, you just know that they're wired differently. Like just rolling back the years, William Gallas with the number 10 jersey with for at Arsenal. Like it's just mad. You just know the person, the individual is just tapped in the head. Like what? Like what even gives you the thought as a defender to pull up with a number 7 top? In a team where you've got in a team where you've got Nicolas Pepe, you've got Adingra, you've got Ahmad, you've got Diomande. You as a center back, you're wearing number 7. It's madness. But I like that though. I like seeing players just sometimes just be different. Just be unique. Sometimes it can be a bit boring. Just when you just have the traditional. Oh, number 1 is a keeper, number 2 is right back, number 3 left back, number 4. Sometimes it's good to just see a bit of a switch up. Like back in the day, Asamoah Gyan, just number 3 for Ghana. Number 3. As a striker wearing the number 3 shirt. Rivaldo with the number 5 shirt. Zidane, Jude Bellingham, with the number 5 shirt. It happened. It's beautiful. Just switch it up a bit here and there. Um, but yeah, just, you don't see it as much nowadays though. Exactly what the commentary team said. exactly what the commentary team said on Bonnie. Absolute, just a mountain of a man. Absolute, just monster, physical presence. You know, like especially playing against a Norwegian team like this, who are just physically strong, physically hard to beat, physically hard to go against for the first balls, for the second balls. You need a presence. You need a focal point. You know, in as good as Ahmad is a good player, but you need a focal point. You start off with a focal point at least, and if it's not working, then you switch it, of course. But you need you need to get those Norwegian center backs occupied. You need to get them working, get them moving, get their legs running. And that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna keep them occupied. Oh wow, Diamande. It's crazy the pace that Diomande's got for someone his age. He's like what 19, and the way he just moves, he's just electric. He's just lightning quick. It's crazy to be this good, this blessed and gifted at the age of 19. You know, like you just beg and wonder. Like by the time he hits 23, which is what 2023 is what is in 4 years time. Like how much more developed, how much more good will he get? Will he be if he's already like this at age 19? It's just crazy. Absolute crazily. It's just crazy. He just burst onto the scene as well, Diomande. Like he just like when you see his backstory, like you kind of you appreciate him more even, and you appreciate him more of what he's doing at such a young age because of what he's been through already at such a young age. Sometimes we forget people that these football players, they're human beings. They're just like us. Yes, they have the money, fair enough. They have the fame, the popularity, but they're human beings. They've got feelings, they've got emotions, they've got families, they've got lives outside of the sport, outside of the game. They've got relationships that they need to build, the relationship that they lose and blah blah blah. The whole lot. They're human beings as well. We just almost there's this kind of sense, almost like we just treat them as robots. We almost look at them as if they're emotionless, as if they have no right to have feelings, they have no right to feel emotion because they're multimillionaires, because they're famous, they play at the top level, and it's just not like that. It just doesn't work like that. That's one thing I like about the new generation, that players, a platform has been set for players where they feel comfortable, where they can feel open to be able to speak about problems, to speak about themselves, to speak about, to just open up on mental health issues. Because yeah, back in the day, this is something that you get slammed for doing. You get slammed for opening up. You would have been considered as weak. You know, you're just a footballer. You're a footballer. Get on with it. Man up. Get on with it. You're a multimillionaire. Get on with it. You should have no emotion. You should not be feeling pain. You should not be feeling stressed. Get on with it. And yeah, so it's nice. That's one thing I do appreciate about the new generation of sport and football in general. Pepe is looking really lively, to be honest with you, people. Like as of now, it looks like if the goal is to come from Ivory Coast's side, it would come from Pepe for sure. He's just getting onto the ball. He's being creative. He's trying to pick passes here and there. Um, Norway have started slow. But they're not looking bad. They've just started to slow. It just looks like they've just from the start of the game, the get go, they've just accepted that they want Ivory Coast to have more of the ball, and they will just react to Ivory Coast's attack and take it from there. Yeah, Norway are just they're just being passive with it. They're not. They're just being they're almost playing as if it's a group stage game. You know, like there's no urgency to their play. They're just like just passive with it. Um, Good tackle by Due. Very good tackle. 20 minutes into the game now, people. 20 minutes into the game, still all square. Oh, Ivory Coast chance there. Hey, big up, Larry. Big you up, bro. Yeah, yeah, bro. I know. I'm on mute. I was just talking to my brother there for a second. That's why I just went on mute there for a minute. But yeah, big up, anyways. Big up for showing love, for showing support. I don't know. Are you watching the game as well? Because Ivory Coast are looking hot so far. They're looking hot. You look at the better team. Norway have just been very passive, very slow. They're treating the game as if it's almost as if it's a group stage game, almost as if they have another game to play. So, um, but yeah, okay. Hydration break. I predicted Ivory Coast to go through, but then again, I'm just deeping how good Norway did look against Senegal, and I'm like, am I just being biased because I want as many African teams to go through as possible, or or not. But yeah, no, they're Ivory Coast are looking hot, bro. They're looking hot at the moment. I can't lie. This game definitely has to go. Definitely is not going past extra time. The way it's looking, anyways, I would be surprised if we went to extra time because Ivory Coast are just getting closer and closer and closer. But this is the problem with the hydration break because Ivory Coast have been hot leading up to this break now, and then now watch them resume from the break, and then Norway are just gonna get back in the game. Ivory Coast might probably just lose a bit of steam and stuff like that, and that's the problem with the hydration breaks. It's been looking as like the teams that have been hot prior to the breaks so far in the tournament, from what I've seen, always whenever they're back from the break, they just seem to just go a level below, and then they get punished for it. Some of them they're lucky to not get punished, but a good few times teams have been hot and then get on the hydration break, come back and just get punished. So yeah, so it's just crazy. Um, like I can't remember who, but someone said that it basically feels like a basketball game now because the game is not played in two halves, but instead it's played in four quarters now. So yeah, it's just madness, like absolute madness. Last night's games, brother. Last night's game. Do you know what? I watched what games were on last. I watched the Brazil and Japan game. The Brazil game was Brazil were shocking the first half. I have to be honest with you, they were shocking. Japan deserved the goal, very good goal. Brazil were just shocking that first half. Probably the worst I've seen a Brazil team play in years. You know, we know that this Brazil team is not a joga bonito Brazil, but my God, they were shocking. If they had lost yesterday, with like looking how they looked in that first half, hell would have broken loose. I tell you, hell would have broken loose. But in fairness, in the second half, they just got back. They looked a bit better. They when they got it, when they got on it, they got on it. Japan were looking they were looking like they needed the oxygen tank. Brazil were just getting hot and hot. And I thought, you know what, maybe Neymar would have came on because Brazil were looking hot. The tempo was on their side, and bringing Neymar on when the tempo was on Brazil's side would have just fueled Brazil a bit more to punish Japan. But Neymar didn't come on. Nonetheless, they still got the win. They still got the goals they needed, and they won. So it was a game of two halves. To be honest with you, Japan better team first half, Brazil second better team second half. But then again, goals win games. Just the old saying goes through, and Brazil got the more goals than Japan, and simple as that. They went through. But if had it been a different opposition, had it been a much more ruthless opposition, Brazil would have been dead. Honestly, Japan, Morocco, Netherlands. I was watching that in work, and my God, bro, Morocco just absolute just cooking the whole game, cooking. I don't. I was very surprised first of all because Netherlands went in with a back five, which was it came across very negative, very very negative, especially for a team like Netherlands. It came across very Ivory Coast were just close there with a chance from Pepe. But yeah, they started with a back five, which was negative. I'm sure that didn't sit well with the Dutch fans and the Dutch media because the Dutch are well renowned, well known for wanting to play expressive, total attacking football. So to go with a back five against Morocco, who they probably would have thought they're better than on paper, yeah, they wouldn't have been happy with that. But yeah, Morocco were cooking. My bro, Morocco cooked. They were the better team all game. They deserve to win. They deserve to go through. Like there's no two ways about it. They deserve to go through. They were the better team. Um Germany, I didn't see much of the Germany game because I just started to work by the time Germany were playing, but I only got to see them during the extra time, and they did they do enough to win the game? Probably not. Did they deserve to get knocked out? Probably. Um, yeah, because Paraguay they missed two penalties. Paraguay gave them two chances because they missed two penalties as well. But yeah, overall they probably didn't do enough to go through. So whoever went through yesterday deserved to go through. I'm gonna just put it as that simple as that. You know, um, it does give an unfair advantage to teams who are on the back pedal. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly, and like which is weird because like this World Cup was meant to be like was meant to be what you call it was meant to be the tournament where they were trying to stamp on these like little delays, these little things like time wasting and shit like that. They were trying to speed the game up a bit more, by putting timers on goal kicks, putting timers on how long the keeper can have the ball and all this kind of shit. You know, with substitution, speeding up substitution. But then again, when they do the hydration break, which obviously I understand the logic behind the hydration break, and if you pick and choose who gets a hydration break, who doesn't, it then becomes a what you call it, an ethical conversation. Or some teams are being treated unfairly and blah blah blah, and then it goes down, um, it goes down a road that FIFA probably don't want to go to. So I get it, but yeah, it does really become a disadvantage, when a team is under the cosh. A team has got a high tempo, is looking good, and then that break just comes out of nowhere. But then again, look, what can we do? We just have to accept that these are the rules of the game, and we just have to take it as it is. But I'm hoping, and I doubt that it's gonna continue on from here. I really doubt. I hope it doesn't continue on from here on because yeah, it just dampens the game, to be honest. So yeah, 30 minutes in, like Norway still looking passive. The passing is a bit more crisp now, but still looking passive. Still looking like they're playing like they've got all day, which I understand. Like, you don't have to be going gung ho yet. You don't have to be forcing things or rushing things. Just get into the game slowly. But um, yeah, no, no, the passing is a bit more. It's a bit more progressive now, shall I say? But Ivory Coast on the ball now. Diomande running down the wing, corner. Corner kick for Ivory Coast. Yeah, Ivory Coast are knocking on the door. They are knocking on the door, and I mean they're knocking, but they're not like it's not like they're getting clear cut chances. But the more you knock on the door is gonna open at some point. Eventually, especially when you've got top players, quality players like they do have the Diamandes, the Pepes of this world. The longer you knock on the door, the easier it will be for the door to open. So, and like I said, it just seems like Norway are just like allowing them to just do it as well, to just knock on the door. Poor kick out from the keeper. Poor kick out. Your team is not looking great at the moment, and you just waste possession like that. Just not good enough. Yeah, Norway just seems to be struggling to get Haaland, Sorlot, even Ordegaard. They seem to be struggling to get them in the game. Haaland just looks like a passenger right now. Sorlot looks like a passenger. And this is the thing when you got like strikers like your Haaland, like your Sorlot, and you're not getting them on the ball, and you're not dominating the game, they almost become passengers. Good ball in by Sorlot. Haaland with the header. Comfortable save for Fana. Comfortable save. Comfortable catch even. Diamande is just trouble. Honestly, such what a player. He can be erratic the odd time, but then again, that's gonna come. That comes with the kind of player that he is, the age that he is. He's still learning the game. He's still maturing. He's still going to get better and stuff. So he's far from the finished product. Bonnie, this is what I mean. Ivory Coast, this is what I mean with Bonnie starting, just occupying the center backs. Even if he might not get a goal, even if he might not have too many touches in the game, just him being a presence there, a focal point, just gives the Norwegian center back something to think about. And then it allows Pepe Diomande to have the kind of space that they probably wouldn't have if there wasn't a natural striker there occupying them center backs. Musa on the ball now. What a goal. What a goal, Antonio Nusa. What a finish. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. Little shift to the right. Cutting with Mr. Whippers. Top bin. Mr. Whippy. Just like that. Nusa. Nusa's a good player. No, like he's a good player. He's one of their danger man, you know. But my goodness, what a finish. What an absolute finish. What a finish. Wow. I mean, to be fair, Doug. Okay, it was Pepe because I was thinking it looked like it was a bit too easy for him to just cut into his right foot and just wrap it around like that. I was thinking, could the defending have been a bit better? But I see it was Pepe who was up against him. What a finish. Norway draw first blood. Close to halftime, a couple of minutes before halftime. This is probably the perfect way for Norway to bow to the halftime. 5 minutes to go to halftime. Wow. And it's a shame because the Ivory Coast were the better team, have been the better team this half. It's such a shame, to just concede like that as well. I mean, it's a goal. It's a piece of brilliance. It's a piece of brilliance. Sometimes you just gotta put your hands up and say, "Look, it's a good goal." You know, it's a good goal. It's a piece of brilliance. It came from nothing. It just came from brilliance from Nusa. It's not like they were cut through and no, just a piece of brilliance. But now it's just about seeing how well they react now to going behind. Wow, Holland just close to making it 2-0 there for Norway. They Ivory Coast needs to lock in. Ivory Coast need to lock in. Holland was just there, just oh, very good block by Sangare. Very good block. But this is it. Someone like a Holland, he's just a fox. He's just an absolute fox of a player, absolute fox of a striker. Dude, he's just there lurking. Oh wow, wow! How did the Norway score that? Headed in by Sorlot, and Holland was just there on the far post. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. And this is what a goal can do to a game. Just completely switch the momentum now. Now Ivory Coast are kind of looking under the cosh. It's crazy what a goal can do to a game. It looks like Ivory Coast need the halftime whistle more than Norway. But then again, if I'm Ivory Coast, I wouldn't be dejected. I would take the performance in the first half as a positive to go into halftime. I wouldn't be too dejected. It's the same story happened yesterday in Morocco. Morocco were a goal down. They considered like with 20 minutes to go, and then they scored in the last minute, and then they wanted to win the game. Brazil, they considered the first goal, went to halftime losing, equalized in the second half, and then went on scored a winner in the final minute of the game. So, like, uh, teams have been going behind and still finding ways to win. So it's not impossible for Ivory Coast to do the same. And that's definitely with the way they've been looking so far today. It definitely is not impossible. Definitely not. It's not like they're sitting back, holding off, trying to park the bus and trying to contain every Norwegian attack. Like they're going at Norway. They have been going at Norway. So the goal is definitely going to come from their side. Diomande. Oh, Kessier. Can you put something in? Can you put, oh, is that a corner? Corn. It looks like it's a corner for Ivory Coast now. A decent ball from Pepe could just make things interesting before halftime. Decent ball by. Oh, wow. It was a short pull there, but the referee just waved it away immediately. I mean, he was in a good position. He was in a good position to see exactly what happened, and he waved it completely. Yeah, no penalty. Check wasn't even that long. 4 minutes to halftime now. 4 minutes at a time. Like I said, if I'm in the Ivory Coast camp, yes, you're disappointed because you're the better team, but I wouldn't be going out too disappointed because there's still another 45 minutes to go in the game. The game is far from over. Obviously, the same time, the more you try to go for the game, the more open you become as well, and the more the easier you allow Norway to be able to counter you and stuff like that. So I get it from both sides, but free kick Pepe with a ball in. Can Ivory Coast make something of it? Oh, close, close, just wide. Just wide there. Just wide of the target. 3 minutes to go before halftime. The thing is that with Ivory Coast as well, they're a physical team. They have big man. They are physical. You look at their midfield, you know, of Cassier and Sangare. Like these are 6'2", 6'3", man. Absolute power, strength, physicality, the whole package. You look at Kosunu 6'4", probably give or take. You know, he's not a little guy. You know, you look at Bonnie, he's not a little guy. So they have a pretty big team. That's why it seems like they've been able to neutralize the Norwegians. Halftime, only one goal to show for it. In as much as Norway have not been great this half, I mean, I think they'd be very happy to go into the halftime with a goal, with the lead. So, ah, well, halftime, people. Hopefully, hopefully, Ivory Coast can come out in the second half and you know make up for the chances that they've missed, make up for the possession, make up for everything basically. Um, but yeah, people, I will be back for the second half. I'm gonna take my little break as well, my little halftime break. But yeah, I will be back in the next 15-20 minutes in time for the second half, anyways. People, we are back for the second half. A couple of minutes late, even. My apologies for that. Oh, what a save. Pepe. Pepe with a chance just there. What a save. What a save by Nyland. We're back in time. I think there's about already about 10 minutes gone into the second half. Pepe with his. Do you know what? I thought initially he should have done better, but I understand why he went for the near post because you've got two Norwegian defenders basically blocking that far post, so he couldn't like curl it away from the keeper's side. Um, but yeah, the game's far from over, people. The game's far from over. Ivory Coast they've still got enough to go ahead and win this game and get a goal back in this game. I wonder if they're going to make a change. I mean, when they're going to make a change because you know if what is on the pitch right now is not working, something needs to be done. Oh, Bonnie. I really worry for Ivory Coast because the longer the game goes on, if they don't make anything of these chances, the easier they make it for Norway to just play off the counter and then probably make it 2-3-0 from there. Norway just look so comfortable. They look like they don't mind not being the one dominating the game, not being the one with the more possession. They look like they're just happy to just hold on to this 1-0 lead and go away and steal the game. Honestly. But then again, that's knockout football for you. It doesn't matter how you win, it's about just winning. You don't have to be the most prettiest. It's just about just being clinical and winning the game. In case those of you are wondering what I'm drinking, it's just milk. I'm not on no alcohol thing. Definitely not on stream. It's just plain milk. Staying hydrated, guys. Looking at the replay again of Noosa's goal, what a finish. Mr. Whippy. Mr. Whippy 99. Just shift inside to the right hand side and just, wow. The way he just wrapped his foot around it. No chance for Fofana. No chance at all. Eliawahi and Ahmad on. So that means who's off? So Bonnie's off. I'm trying to see who else is off. Is Pepe off? No, Pepe's not off. Oh, Olai is off. Okay. Olai and Bonnie. Okay, not bad. Yeah, Olai was pretty quiet, to be honest. I'm even surprised he started, you know. Um, but yeah, pretty quiet. Very quiet game. Very quiet game, to be honest. But yeah, Ahmad on now. I mean, Ahmad has probably been one of their better players so far in this tournament. So I'm sure they would be expecting something from him. And Ahmad will bring something. Whether it's enough to win the game or to level up, we'll have to wait and see. But he's definitely going to bring a bit more quality. He's going to bring legs. He's going to bring work rate. Ahmad works like he's an absolute dog. The technical quality is there, but the hard work is with it as well. Ah, Diomande, Diomande. I'm happy that even though Bonnie's off, they've just put him with a strike. They've just put taken him off for a striker, so they still have that presence in there, up front. Even though yes, Wahi is not he's not probably as physically dominant as Bonnie would be, but he's still a striker. He's still someone that prioritizes occupying centre backs because those Norwegian centre backs have to be kept busy. They have to be kept on their toes all minute in, minute out. You cannot allow them to just be comfortable, especially when they're losing like this. No. happy that the manager as well has made the changes at a good time. He's not tried to wait until Ivory Coast were close there from Eliawahi. I mean, sorry. But yeah, he's just gone and made the changes. He's given 10 minutes into the second half. Seen that there's been no changes. Brought on reinforcements. Corner for Norway. This is probably what they'll be banking off now, the set pieces. Oh my goodness. Ivory Coast close to conceding a second there. How that did not even hit the target is a surprise because the amount of space they just had open in the box there. Oh, okay. I thought there was a penalty check there. Hydration break now. Final hydration break of the game. Oh, almost 20 minutes left as well into the game, and there's still time. There's still enough time. The game's still far from over, but the longer the game is dragging on, the longer it is going away from Ivory Coast's control. What a block by Diallo. I don't think he even knew anything about that. But wow, it's just about being at the right place at the right time. Because if he's not there, easy goal. Easy goal. Keeper has no chance. Keeper doesn't even have a chance to dive. The ball just it just happens so quick. The one thing that's happened this second half is that Ivory Coast is almost being dragged into playing Norway's game rather than playing their own game. It wasn't like that in the first half. In the first half, Ivory Coast were moving the way they were meant to move, playing the way they wanted to play, being front, being having the front foot, being forward on the ball, every opportunity, being attacking, being dynamic, being pacey, fast with it, crisp with it. But now in the second half, they're almost playing Norway's game. You know, there's a bit more there's a bit more of a slower tempo to the game. You know, they're I don't know. It's just a weird one. It's a really, really weird one. Ivory Coast, come on, London, come on, guys. Sangara is an absolute powerhouse. The size of him, he's just an absolute monster. Having him and Kessie. Oh, Ahmad close there. Ahmad, wow, what a goal, Ahmad. What a finish. Wow. Wow. What a goal. What a finish. Ahmad Diallo. Oh my goodness. Guys, for those of you who don't watch Man United, who don't watch who are not Man United fans, don't understand how much of a player this guy is. What a finish. This was all him. My goodness. The way he just cut inside, it's just messy like. Ooh. Wow. just a little shift inside to his left foot, and just wow. That's why they call him the Ivorian Messi. My goodness, Wakanda Messi even. This is beautiful. What a goal. What a player. Like I said, people, he's probably been Ivory Coast's best player in this tournament. You know, he got them the winner against against Ecuador. He got a goal in the friendly. I think he got a winner in the friendly before the World Cup against France. So he went into the tournament in good form, and then he had a decent game as well against Curacao, and now he's back again. He brought Ivory Coast back into the game. So this is beautiful. As a United fan, I'm happy for him. I'm happy. I love seeing all United players doing well in the tournament, doing well for the individual nations, and seeing Ahmad score as well is no different. When you know how good of a player he is, it's just beautiful to see everything just come to fruition, and him starting to get the flowers he deserves. Because career wise, he had just been he had gone through a lot of ups and downs, honestly. So it's just beautiful to see that things are just starting to piece up, fall into place for him. So yeah, but in all honesty, Ivory Coast did deserve the goal. They did deserve the goal. So now they gotta make up, or not make up, but they gotta um take advantage of this now. Take advantage of the momentum being on their side. Or the guard. Well done, Conan. They gotta take advantage of this now, of this momentum, and try to get that second goal. Not go gung ho. Try to get that second goal. And if the openings are not there, look, let's go extra time. Let's go extra time. But to be honest, the game definitely is there for the taking. It's there for both sides now. It is there for for the taking for Norway as well. Norway could still go out and win this game. So just because they're not playing great doesn't mean that they can't win the game. But Ivory Coast definitely, with now the goal, is Norway look a bit more dejected. So Ivory Coast should definitely take advantage and punish. Oh, Pepe. Oh, that was not a penalty. He got there first, but had he got there first a couple of seconds earlier, probably would have had a better case for a penalty. But nah. But you can see Norway are rattled. They've not been good this game at all. They've not been good, and them conceding now has just made them more rattled. I mean, I even saw like when they scored, like the reaction from Martin Odegaard. Like kind of like, I don't know. It's not like he wasn't jeering the team up, but it was almost like kind of the reaction was almost like a relief, kind of. The thank goodness we've scored. Now let's lock in, let's stay organized, let's stay compact. You know, because they know deep down these are professional players who've played hundreds and hundreds of games. They know when they're not in a good form. They know when they're not playing well, and this game has been one of those games for them where they know deep down that they are not playing well. Oh, oh, it looked like there was a bit of a kick out there actually, but anyways, clearly not enough for the ref to overturn his decision. But yeah, Norway have not been good at all in this game. They got top finish from Nusa, from nothing, but in the grand scheme of things, they've just not been great. They've just not been able to get their main man on the ball in the game. Odegaard has just been he's just been non-existent. I don't want to say he's been hiding, but he's just not been in the game. And Odegaard is someone that, like, one thing I commend him for is that even if he's not having a good game, he's always trying to show for the ball. He's always coming deep. He's always, making spaces. He's always looking for the next pass. But here in this game, it's just not been like that. I don't know if maybe if it's a managerial thing, it's a tactical thing that he's not allowed to, like, drop as deep or roam as freely as he does at Arsenal. But yeah, it's not been there at all. But wow, Ivory Coast, beautiful. Oh, Ahmad is just dropped down on the ground. What's happened to him now? Oh, did he get an elbow to the back or something? It looks like he's in serious pain. Like he got up, he went on the ground, got up, and I went back down again. What a finish again. Look at the replay. Players like him who are like have got a low sense of gravity, like, it's just hard to defend against, especially in the box where you're trying to be smart, you're trying to be as safe as possible. You cannot, you cannot dangle your legs. You cannot be flat-footed against guys like him. They will punish you. Man, Conan has been in the Ivory Coast team for a minute, still going strong, still playing week in week out for them. He's been there for years. I think over a decade now, if I'm not mistaken. He's been there. He's been a household name for them for a minute. One thing, like, so far from the African teams in this knockout stage is that we have been playing football. You know, because apparently we've been labeled as negative, as as being as anti-football, as playing to not lose, rather to win, rather than trying to win. But you look at all the games the African nations have been involved in so far in this knockout stages. You look at South Africa against Canada. Um, they were trying to win. Albeit they lost, fair enough, but they were trying to win. They didn't come parking the double decker buses, putting the handbrake up. They came to win. Morocco last night went on to win, tried to win the game. We're playing on the front foot, won the game. Ivory Coast today, playing on the front foot, and at the rate that they're going, they could definitely win the game. Oscar Bob. Oh no. No, 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 Ivory Coast, no. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. Erling Haaland, 2-1. 2-1 Norway. No. No. That was poor from Ivory Coast. Fair, but they just allowed themselves to just be cut through just like that. Come on. Oscar Bob, drop of the shoulder. I don't know who's that. Is that Osners who put the ball? No, that's Berg, I think. And then Haaland, it's just a tap in. No one marking him. Just a tap in. I thought Fofana would have got to that, but maybe that's the thing. Probably looks easy on the camera, but probably in real time, yeah, probably had no chance to getting anywhere near that. But this is poor. But this is annoying. This is really really annoying. Like because that's crazy. I'm looking at Haaland's stats, and he's got 60 goals in 53 appearances for Norway. Like what? Those are crazy numbers. 60 goals in 53 games. So he's scoring roughly a goal, 1.2 goals a game. It's mad. Crazy stats. This guy is an absolute monster. Who would have thought that him coming to the World Cup and he wouldn't cook? Like, what a monster, you know? And like, even he's a top level striker because like Norway are a good team, don't get me wrong, but they're not a team that would be cooking up chances for him, cooking up 10, 15 chances a game for him. But then the chances that they cook up for him, he still smashes it. He still bags it. He still makes work of it. Um, that's why his stats look as good as they do because he makes work of whatever he's fed, you know. And it's crazy. I mean, you can't deny when you see numbers like that. You can't deny the brilliance of the man, you know. But yeah, Ivory Coast, I'm just disappointed because it just looked again like another situation of a lapse of concentration again, where they've just got comfortable. They just lackadaisy with it, and then Oscar Bob just shifted the body in towards the left, passed through in the box, and I think it was Berg who put the ball in, cut it back for Haaland, and Haaland is just open, no one marking him. Like you don't leave Haaland like that in the box on his own. I said it in the first half that Haaland is a flipping fox. You know, he might not have a great game. He might not be getting touches on the ball, but he's just a scavenger. He's always lurking. He's always in and around there. When you least expect him, he's just there. I see Pepe is off now for I think for Diakate. I mean, It's a disappointment. And that was my biggest criticism of them against Germany. That, like, to be fair, against Germany, they had the lead, and they were playing against Germany. But and yeah, that was my criticism for against Germany. That they were just lapse in concentration. They just did it. It just felt like maybe it's fatigue as well. Look, because in all honesty, like I said, they're human beings. They're not robots. Yes, they're professionals. They've played the game for years and years, but they are human beings. And psychologically wise, physically wise, the more tired you are, the less concentrated you become, the less organized you become, the more ill-disciplined you might become because you try to maybe cheat your way through a tackle, cheat your way through a run, cheat your way through because your body's tired. Your body is struggling to react to what your brain wants to do, to react as fast to what your brain wants to do because it's tired. You know, um. So I get it. I get it. Maybe that could be the reason, but it's just ah, it's just annoying. It's like, especially when it's self-inflicted. 7 minutes of added time. I wonder if Ivory Coast can do something. 6 minutes is 6 minutes is a decent number of time. It's not too long, but O'Conan ball in. Oh, oh! Ivory Coast could have got something on there. Could have put the ball in. No, guess yet. Put the ball in. You've got a good striker in there. Oh man, I feel like they've not Ivory Coast have not utilized the presence of their strikers in this game. You had Bonnie in the first half. Crosses weren't even put that much. Evan Gassan, and Diamande off, Toure on for Conan. Ah, could these changes bring something different? We just hope so now. I hope so for Ivory Coast's sake. But this is the thing. This When you have an Oscar Bob on the right hand side, this is the kind of quality that he could bring. The quality that he brings that you will not get from Sorlot. And that's not a judgment against Sorlot because Sorlot is a striker. He's not a right winger. He's not. He doesn't. He out wide. That's not his game. He's being shoehorned into a position because the manager doesn't want to drop him. But he's not. I mean, look at the size of him. You look at his profile, and just by looking at his profile, you know that this guy should be nowhere near the wings. He should not be a wing. He's not a winger. You know, it's just unfortunate he has to compete against Erling Haaland. You know, so he's just basically being shoehorned towards the right hand side. But yeah, I mean, with Oscar Bob coming on, you see the difference in quality. You just see the difference in just, just the difference in quality. Just the difference just on the ball. Just they look a bit more slicker on that right hand side. It looks a bit more smoother, more cleaner. Um, and that's where the goal came from. Aye, okay. So they've got Gassan and Wahi in. They need to be putting balls in. They need to be going for it now. Just throw in as many crosses as they can. Kessie, free kick for Ivory Coast. Come on, Kessie, don't be shooting from there. Or Ahmad. I mean, it's not a bad position to shoot from there. It's just straight on goal. So I can understand why it makes sense for Kessie to shoot. Ahmad. Woo! Hey, what a save. Very decent effort. Very good effort from Ahmad there. He made more of it than I would have than I expected. Corner now. It's a very good save as well from the keeper. You got to give him his props because I was on target. Any lower, if he dives any lower, it's hitting the net. That's a free kick, no? Look like this might be the last chance for Ivory Coast to get something out of this game. Keeper's out. Keeper's in the box as well. Come on, Ivory Coast. Oh, ball in by Ahmad. Oh, do it with the ball now. Looking for options. Oh wow, referees just blew the whistle. Wow. Just like that. Final whistle. Game over. Ivory Coast 1, Norway 2. Wow. That's football for you. That's football for you in a nutshell. Just because you're the better team doesn't mean you have the God given right to win. That's football for you. Wow. So, I mean, you got to give credit to Norway. They didn't play particularly well. They didn't have a great game, but they were efficient. They scored when they needed to. They punished Ivory Coast. You know, in the little of chance they had, they punished Ivory Coast, and they're the ones going through. I said it at the start of the match that it doesn't matter who's the better team. It doesn't matter how many shots you have, how many corners, how much possession you have. At the end of the day, people remember the winners of a game, and that's who people are going to remember at the end of the day. Today, Norway. No one's going to remember how well Ivory Coast played. No one's going to give a shit about how well Ivory Coast has played. And it's just sad, but that's just football, people. That's football. It's a cruel sport, cruel game. It's a pity because Ahmad, what a good goal. He scored a very, very good goal that you thought, that they might just be back in the game. But just lapse of concentration. And it's probably fatigue. Fatigue probably just kicked in. But oh man, it's a shame to see. It's a real shame to see because Norway did not deserve it. They did not deserve the game at all. Oh man, but that's football for you, people. That's football for you, and that's football for you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's got the better players on paper. It doesn't matter who's the better team. Every game is different. No one has a God given right to win a football match. Credit where it's due. Like I said, they were the more efficient team. They got their chances and they punished. And you have to punish. I just wish that Ivory Coast definitely this is a game of on another day, Ivory Coast probably get more than they did in this game. On another day, they probably win. On another day, So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. As in, if you're an Ivorian, you definitely will feel dejected. But at the same time, you will be proud of the team. You'll be proud of the boys because they put out a solid performance. They put out a solid performance. But even though they put out a solid performance, um, this was a matchup for them where they should have felt confident enough to win this game. Um, football, football, football. But no, look, I'm happy for Norway. You know, see Holland again in the tournament, continue on. Happy for them. Now they're up against Brazil, which won't be easy. It won't be easy for either side. It won't be easy for Brazil. But people, that's me. I will see you soon. Peace.